Hey there! This is our very last reading from Frog and Toad Together. It has been so awesome to do this study of this book by Arnold Lobel with you. I'm so glad you joined us to read all 5 stories. This last story is called The Dream. Wow! Let's take a look at this picture. So here we have a picture of Toad standing up on a stage, wearing a big fancy hat and a nice fancy outfit. And there is Frog in the audience. What a strange dream. Have you ever had a dream that you remember when you wake up? You have. So tell me about it. What was a dream that you had that you remember? Dreams can be strange, and sometimes they don't even make sense. Sometimes they can be really good. Sometimes they can be not so good. It's always nice to wake up and go, oh, this is my real life. Let's take a look at what happens in this dream. The dream. Toad was asleep, and he was having a dream. He was on stage, and he was wearing a costume. Toad looked out into the dark. Frog was sitting in the theater. A strange voice from far away said, "Presenting the greatest toad in all the world." Toad took a deep bow. Frog looked smaller as he shouted, "Hooray for Toad!" "Toad will now play the piano very well," said the strange voice. Toad played the piano, and he did not miss a note. "Frog," cried Toad, "can you play the piano like this?" "No," said Frog. It seemed to Toad that Frog looked even smaller. I wonder what is happening here. I wonder why Frog is getting smaller every time Toad is boasting about how well he's doing. Do you know why? Let's see. "Toad will now walk on a high wire, and he will not fall down," said the voice. Toad walked on the high wire. "Frog," cried Toad, "can you do tricks like this?" "No," peeped Frog, and he looked very, very small. "Toad will now dance, and he will be wonderful," said the voice. "Frog, can you be as wonderful as this?" said Toad, as he danced all over the stage. There was no answer. Toad looked out into the theater. Frog was so small that he could not be seen or heard. "Frog," said Toad, "where are you?" There was still no answer. "Frog, what have I done?" cried Toad. What had he done? He was just doing well. What had he done that may not have been so nice for Frog? Can you tell me? Yeah, let's take a look. Then the voice said, "The greatest Toad will now—" "Hush!" screamed Toad. "Frog, Frog, where have you gone?" Toad was spinning in the dark. "Come back, Frog!" he shouted. I will be lonely. We are going to pause here. What do you think is going to happen next in this story? These are good ideas. Let's check it out. I am right here, said Frog. Frog was standing near Toad's bed. Wake up, Toad, he said. Frog, is that really you? Said Toad. Of course it is me, said Frog. And you are your own right size, asked Toad. Well, yes, I think so, said Frog. Toad looked at the sunshine coming through the window. Frog, he said, I am so glad that you came over. I always do, said Frog. Then Frog and Toad ate a big breakfast, and after that, they spent a fine, long day together. So the moral of that story may have been a little bit hidden to you, ladies and gentlemen, but it is about people's feelings. And sometimes when you are doing really well at something and you boast about it, which means you say, oh, look how great I am. I am amazing. I am the best, greatest of all time. Then it makes other people feel like I'm not so great, and that can hurt them inside. So it's always good to welcome everyone, no matter how good or not so good they are at something, because everyone has value. Let's do our handshake. Up, down, wiggle, wiggle, pop. Love you guys. Bye, friends.